Very good morning students and most welcome again to online classes. Today I am going to start your next topic of your grammar section is about your subject verb agreement. As you know that up to now we have completed 3 chapters of your syllabus student. It's about your tense, models and determinants. Right now it's time to hear the next one. In grammar section the next topic or the chapter is subject verb agreement. So let's start your chapter students with introduction. Okay, we'll have lots of rule in this chapter. But let's have the introduction first. Or the same chapter is about your subject verb agreement. Subject का verb के साथ agreement. Subject का verb के साथ agreement. Use of verb. We'll speak about verb. Use of verb with subject in this chapter. Use of verb. Use of verb as per the number and person of the subject is known as subject verb agreement. Use of verb as per the number and person of the subject is known as subject verb agreement. कि वर्ब का जो है नंबर और पर्सन के हिसाब से किसके ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट के इफ द सब्जेक्ट इज सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट में बी सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट में बी प्लूरल और सब्जेक्ट में बी ऑफ योर फर्स्ट पर्सन सेकंड पर्सन एंड थर्ड पर्सन ओके द वर्ब would be used or will be used as per the number and person of your subject. It means that if the verb is used as per the number and person of the subject, the same process will known as or the same a use of verb with number and person of the subject is known as subject verb agreement. Subject का verb के साथ agreement समझौता. Generally what we do in the English language क्या करते हैं हम लोग? If we have singular subject, if we have singular, generally we do or we proceed with these given lines. Generally, singular subject proceed with singular verb. If we have singular subject in any sentence, that proceed with singular verb. As per the norms of your present indefinites affirmative sentence, if we have singular subject like he, she, that always proceed with singular verb with as and es. Okay. If we have plural subject, students, if we have plural subject, that always proceed with plural verb. That's the general phenomena, general rule to use verb as per the subject, as per the number like singular, plural of subject in any sentence, students. Okay. Next thing we have, which is very important to know, subject singular, singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. Generally I have mentioned that we use verb generally with a given sense, singular subject. If we have singular subject, your verb will be singular. If you have plural subject, your verb will be plural. Generally it proceeds, your verb proceeds with a given sense. But why we are studying this chapter? Because there are some rules, there are lots of exception, lots of notes about the same thing, because it's not applicable always. Okay, the given sense like singular subject, singular verb is not applicable always in sentences. Okay, singular subject like we have I, you, he, she, it, Rohan, Priya, the girl, the boy, etc. Singular verb does, am, is, has, was, drinks, plays, writes, etc. These are the examples of singular subject and singular verb. Students, for advanced kind of information I would like to say, if you add s, es and ies in any verb, that verb will be your singular verb. If you add s, es and ies in any verb, that verb will be your singular verb. But if you add s, es and ies in subject or noun, that noun or the subject will be your plural subject. अगर subject में s add करते हो, es add करते हो, ies add करते हो, तो subject आपका plural होगा. But if you add s, es and ies in verb, that verb will be your singular verb. The thing is that. Okay, here I have mentioned I as a singular subject. So for your knowledge I would like to say I is a singular subject. As I mentioned in this point, singular subject, I is a singular subject, but it is used with singular and plural verb. The same will have in rule number 1, student, in the same chapter. I is a singular subject, I is a singular subject, but it is used with singular and plural verb. So I have mentioned as a singular subject because it is a singular subject. Then you is a singular and plural subject. You is used as singular and plural subject, but it always proceed with plural verb. कि you जो है singular और plural दोनों subjects के रूप में use होता है. Commonly I have mentioned here and here. Okay, you is used as a singular and plural subject, but it always proceeds with plural verb. That's the rule. We'll have the same in rule number 2. Okay, plural subjects like I mentioned here. You, we, they, Rohan and Priya, the girls, the boys. Next we have do, are, have, were, drink, play, write. These are plural verb because I have an add, do, are, have, and were. These are plural verbs, you know them very well. Drink, play, write, etc. Because these verbs, okay, have been mentioned here without the word like s and es or ies. You can say that. If there is no s, es, and ies in any verb, the verb will be known as plural verb. Without s, es, and ies, verb is always plural. Okay, last of the rule. Okay, apart from the given sense of the use of verb as per the number of the subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. The same would not be applicable always in sentences. Let's have generally ऐसा होता है. Let's have rule number first. Let's have rule number first, student. Rule number first. I is a singular subject. I is a singular subject, but it is used with singular, and plural verb. The same thing I told you in the introductory part, students. The I is a singular subject. I is always a singular subject. The meaning of his I is मैं, और मैं कभी plural नहीं हो सकता, बहुवचन में नहीं हो सकता. So I is a singular subject, but it is used with singular and plural verb. Let's do the example of the same rule, student. Example number first. I am a doctor. Okay. Singular subject, and here we have singular verb. The same I have mentioned in introductory part. Example number second. I have a red pen. Okay. Singular subject and plural verb. Okay. Example number third. I write a letter. I write a letter. We have singular subject but plural verb without s, es, and is. Example number 4. I have been staying in Jaipur since Monday. Since Monday. I, here we have singular subject, and have here we have plural subject, plural verb. So these examples show that I is a singular subject, but it is used with singular and plural verb. Okay, I is a singular subject, but it is used with singular and plural verb. Example number first, I'm a doctor. I am a doctor. So I here have used as a singular subject, but with singular verb. The general sense that we have discussed in introductory part just now. Okay, the singular subject always proceed with the singular subject, generally proceed with singular verb. The same thing is given here कि singular subject है, singular verb है, बहुत strong unit ऐसा ही होता है, लेकिन generally ऐसा नहीं होता है. That's why we are having the chapter of subject verb agreement. Okay, I have a red pen. कि मेरे पास एक red pen है. I have a red pen. is a singular subject, is a singular subject. The same I have mentioned, I is always a singular subject, but have I have mentioned as a plural verb. Singular subject, plural verb. Plural verb with singular subject, okay? The sense, the general sense has been changed here, okay? Example number 3, I write. Singular subject, plural verb. A verb without s, as and ies is always plural. अगर verb में s है, as है, ies है, singular verb. If there is no s, as and ies like catches, we have es, right? I have without s, as and es. I write a letter. Again we have plural verb with singular subject. Let's say I have been staying in Jaipur since Monday. कि मैं जयपुर में मंडे से जो स्टेइंग कर रहा हूँ, मतलब यहाँ पे रुक रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. Singular subject, plural verb. So these examples show that that I is a singular subject which is used with singular and plural verb. Let's have rule number 2. Rule number 2. You is counted as singular and plural. Singular and plural. You is counted as singular and plural subject. But it is used with plural verb, but it is used with plural verb only. The rule is, student, you is counted as singular and plural subject both. Okay, subject, but it is used with plural verb only. Example number 1. You are an intelligent student. You are an intelligent student. We have singular subject. Again we have here plural verb, as I told you that only, okay, with plural verb. Example number 2. You are an intelligent student. You are bright. Students. You are bright students. Plural subject, plural verb. Example number 3. You haven't decided about it yet. You haven't decided about it yet. Singular subject, and plural verb can be used for plural subject in the same sense. You, Rohan, you. be here. Rohan and Sohan. Still you can say you. Okay. Let's have these examples to understand the basic criteria behind using the verb with the rule number second student. Rule number second students. In rule number second, you can see that I have mentioned you is counted as singular and plural verb, plural subject. कि you जो है singular और plural subject दोनों में count होता है. कि you is counted as singular and plural subject, but it is used with plural verb only. लेकिन ये plural verb के साथ use होता है. It can be counted in singular, it can be used as singular, can be counted as singular or plural subject, but it is always used with plural verb only. Let's have example number first. You are an intelligent student. You cannot say that you is. You cannot say that you is an intelligent student. You are an intelligent student because the plural verb like are is used with you. Okay, you are an intelligent student. कि तुम एक intelligent student हो. Only single student we have, so that's why subject is singular. You are an intelligent student. कि तुम एक intelligent student हो, एक हो. So that's why you is a singular subject, but the verb is plural. Okay. Example number second. You are bright students. कि तुम जो हो bright students. So it means that speaker talking about more than one students. It means that the speaker talking about more than one students to the audience. कि speaker जो है एक से ज़्यादा students के बारे में यहाँ बात कर रहा है. So that's why your subject, you are bright students. कि तुम bright students हो. Your subject is plural subject as per the given number of students. You are bright students. Plural subject, plural verb. Singular subject, plural verb. You haven't. You can write down haven't also. H-A-V-E-N. Haven't also. You have not decided about it yet. कि तुमने अभी तक इसके बारे में निर्णय नहीं लिया है. If you are talking to only a single person like Rohan, then you will say you haven't decided about it yet. कि तुमने इसके बारे में अभी तक निर्णय नहीं लिया है. If you are talking to more than one person like Rohan Sohan, then you will say as same as I mentioned in example number third. You haven't decided about it yet. Is it clear? It depends upon the speaker to whom he is talking. कि बात किससे कर रहे हैं. बात वह है किससे कर रहा है. He is talking to a single person or more than one person. The main thing is that. Okay. These examples show that the you is counted as a singular and plural subject, as a singular and a plural subject, as a singular and plural subject, but it is used with plural verb only. That's the rule, the beautiful rule of your subject verb agreement students. Okay. Let's have your rule number 3. Rule number 3, students. Rule number 3. Suppositional sentences that start with if, as if, as though, meaning exactly same about the subordinating conjunction, as if, as though. Okay, as if मानो कि, as though जैसा कि मानो कि, as though. Okay, I'm going to type this as though there because lack of space as per the camera setting. Okay, as though, as if, as though, okay, as if, as though, she wishes, he wishes, I wish, they wish, Okay, if you have singular subject like third person I have mentioned, she, he, like that, then you have to ask es. As per the norms of your, as per the rule of your affirmative sentence or present indefinite tense, that your affirmative sentence proceed with as an es. If your subject is singular, like I have mentioned here, as third person she and he, then I have added es here. She wishes, he wishes, or wish actually used as verb here. So that's why the same would proceed with your as an es. Okay, students. So I wish, they wish, etc. Okay. Suppositional sentence means that your imaginary sentence. We speak about the letter. We spoke about the same letter. Suppositional sentences that starts with if, as if, as though, if, as if, as though. Okay. She wishes, he wishes, I wish, they wish, etc. etc. Always proceed with plural verb. With plural verb. Okay, with plural verb. Let's have the example with the same rule, student. Here, example number 1. Example number 1. If she were in the cabinet meeting, if she were in the cabinet meeting, she would talk about issues. She were, here I have singular subject, plural verb, students, plural verb. Example number 2. If she were in the cabinet meeting, she would. The given example is of your imaginary sentence. It's also known as your imaginary sentence. Suppositional sentence is also known as imaginary sentence. Okay, it's also known as imaginary sentence. If she were in the cabinet meeting, she would talk about the issues. Let's have Ankit talks to me. Ankit talks to me as if he, we have conjunction here. Okay, if sentence, suppositional sentence starts from here. Okay, if he, as if he were the manager of a RICO, as if he were the manager of a RICO company. You can mention Reliance, okay, Airtel, anything else. Okay, singular subject and plural verb. Okay, example number 3, students. Let's say one more. Let's have he wishes. He wishes that Rohan were his best friend. Okay, best friend. Again we have Rohan, that. Okay, he wishes that. I have used conjunction that here, that Rohan. Here we have singular subject, then you have plural verb. Okay, example number 4. Let's have if she were a butterfly. She would fly. She would fly in the sky. I think examples enough, and we'll discuss about the rest of the conjunctions or the words I have mentioned of supposed sentence in orally, students. Okay, let's discuss about these first. I have mentioned again singular subject, students. And plural verb. Okay, you can also mention plural subject, there is no issue about it. You can mention plural subject also. I'm talking to you, let's have it now. Okay, we'll discuss about the same orally. Rule number 3 speaks about, students, suppositional sentence mean that imaginary sentence. I mentioned here imaginary sentence, students. Okay, suppositional sentences that start with कि ये suppositional sentence का मतलब होता है suppose करने वाले. Those sentences that are imaginary in nature or auxiliary that has the character of imagination or has the feature or the meaning of imagination. Suppositional sentences that start with if, as if, as though. As if का मतलब as if कि मानो ऐसा हो, as though कि मानो ऐसा हो, मानो इस तरह से कर रहा है, उस तरह से कर रहा है, इस तरह से कर रही है. दोनों का सेम सा मीनिंग है. She wishes, he wishes, I wish, they wish, etc. Always proceed with plural verb. The thing is that if you have imaginary sentence, if you are writing imaginary sentence, you have to mention plural verb there. Either your subject is singular, either your subject is plural, either your subject is basically of your first person, second person, third person, doesn't matter. The verb will not be influenced with the number and person at all. The verb will always be plural verb. Example number first is, if she were in the cabinet meeting. If they were in the cabinet meeting. If they were in the cabinet meeting. If I have mentioned plural subject here like they, then I think were would not be a matter of discussion at that time. और in this example अगर मैं plural verb, plural subject यहाँ पे लगा दूँ तो word तो आएगा ही, क्या दिक्कत है, उसमें problem ही क्या है? Because plural subject always proceed with plural verb. Plural subject के साथ तो singular verb कभी आती नहीं है. So that thing is not the same thing is not a matter of discussion or concern here. What we are talking about here? Suppositional sentence that starts with your if, as though, she wishes, he wishes, I wish, they wish, etc. Proceed with plural verb always, whether it has singular subject or plural subject. तो plural में तो आता ही है, वहाँ तो problem ही नहीं है. But if the sentence has singular subject, the same would also proceed with your plural verb. If she were in the cabinet meeting, she would talk about the issues. अगर वह कैबिनेट मीटिंग में होती तो इश्यूज के बारे में बात करती, लेकिन नहीं थी. The reality is that she wasn't. वहाँ पर नहीं थी, that's why she hadn't discussed about the same. नहीं बात कर सकी थी, नहीं बात कर पाई थी, वगैरह वगैरह. The given example is of imagination. The given example is of your supposition. But I have used plural verb here with singular subject. That's the beauty of the given example. That's the beauty. So whether your subject is a first person, second person, third person of any number, or is singular or plural, doesn't matter, your verb will always be plural. That's the beauty and that's the main thing of this example. Okay, क्या आना चाहिए वैसे यहाँ पे? We should use was here. We should use was as per the norm, as per the formula of your past continuous tense. Was आना चाहिए, and as per the niyam, as per the rule of your past indefinite tense, that past indefinite tense proceeds with second form. With as per the subject, as per the number and person of the subject. The verb is used as per the number and person of the subject, like I taught you in present indefinite tense, affirmative sentence. But here we have imaginary sentences. That's why I told you that subject either may be your singular, plural, doesn't matter, but the same will always proceed with your plural verb. Ankit talks to me. Ankit talks to me as if. Ankit talks to me as if. Ankit talks to me as if he were the manager of a RICO company. Ankit talks to me. Ankit मुझसे इस तरह से बात करता है. As if he were the manager of a RICO company, कि मानो वह किसी एक RICO company का manager हो. But the given example is of your imagination, supposition. This why I have used plural verb here with singular subject. Is it clear, students? Ankit talks to me as if. कि अंकित मुझसे बात करता है as if कि मानो. As though ki mano, as if mano. He was the manager ऑफ अ रिको कंपनी की मानो वह एक किसी रिको कंपनी का मैनेजर हो. Is it clear? The given example is of imagination, but the thing is that your example will proceed with plural verb, whether you have singular subject or plural subject, doesn't matter. Okay? He wishes, वैसा wish करता है, ऐसा wish करता है, wishes. प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है, सिंगुलर यहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट है, वो तो लगेगा, कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है. ही के साथ विशेष ही आएगा, विश नहीं आएगा. विश यूज ऑलवेज यूज विथ योर प्लूरल सब्जेक्ट इंक्लूडिंग योर आई विश, दे विश, वे विश. दैट रोहन, ही विशेज दैट रोहन वर हिज बेस्ट फ्रेंड. वैसा विश करता है कि काश रोहन उसका बेस्ट फ्रेंड होता. इमेजिन कर रहा है. ओके, इमेजिनेशन इज गोइंग ऑन इन दिस एग्जाम्पल. अगेन आई हैव यूज प्लूरल वर्ब विथ सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट. Okay, you can write down also, if they were in the cabinet meeting, they would talk about the issues, वह issues के बारे में बात करते. Okay students, example number 30 is he wishes that Rohan were his best friend. Example number 4, if she were a butterfly, if she were a butterfly, she would fly in the sky. अगर वह butterfly होती तो आकाश में उड़ जाती. But thing is that singular subject, plural verb, plural subject होता तो कोई problem नहीं थी. If they were butterflies, if they were butterflies, they would fly in the sky. What's wrong in it? We have plural subject, the verb तो plural आएगी ना. What's wrong in it? Okay students, it's all about your rule number 3. But we have note. But we have note here. But we have note here. The note is, student, in the same rule, rule number 3 here, note. Okay, you know that very well in the English language we have 3 kinds of condition: open condition, imaginary condition, and unfulfilled condition. Don't forget that. Maybe these examples are of your, maybe some of the examples are of conditional sentences like if she were, if they were, like that. Okay, maybe the examples were of your imaginary sentences, but don't forget that these kind of condition is not applicable in open and unfulfilled condition at all. Okay, let's have it. Write down. Note. Okay, I mentioned there the same thing or the same thing or the rule, the same thing or the rule is not applicable, is not applicable in open and unfulfilled condition. Unfulfilled in open and unfulfilled condition. Okay, in open and unfulfilled condition. Okay, what do you have open condition? What do you have in open condition? Open condition, if clause first form or first form with as and es as per the subject and number, as per the number and person of the subject. Then you have main clause. Here the same will be used or proceeds with will and shall plus will and shall plus first form. Number B is unfulfilled condition. Unfulfilled condition. Okay student, we'll have unfulfilled condition if clause had plus third form main clause would have plus third form. These are the basically the formula to use your open and unfulfilled condition. The same I told you before, students. The given rule, a suppositional sentence or imaginary sentence, whether it is of your as per the given formula, like in imaginary sentences, your if clause should have your second form, your main clause should have your would plus first form. Okay, that is not possible in each and every sentences or suppositional sentence, students, or imagination one. But don't forget that the given rule or the given formula of your plural verb is not applicable in these two conditions of the English language: open condition and unfulfilled condition. Open condition, your if clause, which is known as subordinate clause also, or dependent clause. In this you have first form or first form with as and yes, and your main clause proceed with will and shall plus first form. In unfulfilled condition you have had plus third form, and in main clause you have would have plus third form. You can also use could or plus could and might also here as per the norms of your unfulfilled condition. Okay, this is the given note is about here rule number 3, which is not applicable. The rule number 3 is not applicable in these two conditions of the English language, student. That's the rule number 4. Rule number 4. Let's have rule number 4. Rule number 4. Rule number 4. The singular subjects, of optative sentence, the singular subjects of optative sentence proceed with plural verb. Proceed with plural verb. Proceed with plural verb. Okay, the singular subjects or singular subject. Example number 1. Don't forget that you can have also plural subject in optative sentence, but I'm talking about singular subjects here. It doesn't mean that optative sentences do not have plural subject. They can, there is no problem. We can use plural subject also there, but I'm talking about singular subjects only of optative sentence. Is that clear? The rule speaks about singular subjects of optative sentence. Don't forget that. Okay, singular subjects. Example number 1. Example number 1. May you live long. May you live long. Here we have singular subject, student, but the verb is plural verb. Example number 2. Example number 2. May you be happy. May you be happy. तुम खुश रहो. कोई दुआ कर रहा है यहाँ पे, विश कर रहा है, तुम खुश रहो. Okay, you is here is a singular subject, and be, okay, is a plural verb. Example number 3. Example number 3. May she die in a road accident. May she die in a road accident. she. The rule speaks about singular subject, students. Only the rule speaks about singular subject. Singular subject, and here we have plural verb. Okay, students. You can have one more example like may he attain his goal soon. Here again we have singular subject and plural verb. Okay, students, let's speak about the rule here. Okay, the singular subjects of optative sentence proceed with plural verb. Singular subjects, if we have subjects like subjects here, then proceed. If we have only subject, singular subject of optative sentence, proceeds with plural verb. Okay, you can change proceeds as per the given subjects, there is no problem. Okay, it's about कि अगर optative sentence के singular subject दो हैं, plural verb के साथ proceed होता ही use होते हैं. Example, may you live long, तुम लंबी आयु जियो. यहाँ पे विश की जा रहा है किसी के लिए, उसकी उम्र लंबे जीवन की कामना की जा रही है, दुआ की जा रही है. मे यू लीव लॉन्ग, तुम्हारी आयु लंबी हो. ठीक है, ब्लेस भी है, विश दोनों है, जुग जुग जियो, बहुत लंबा जियो वगैरह वगैरह. मे यू लीव लॉन्ग, सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट, प्लूरल वर्ब. Because I'm talking about rule number 4 speaks about singular subjects of optative sentence. We can also use plural subject like may they live long. वो लंबी उम्र जिए, उनकी आयु लंबी हो. May they live long. May you be happy. May you all be happy. Okay, you can be denote to a single person or more than one person. There is no problem. But here I have mentioned or expressed the idea of subject as a singular subject with plural verb here. Okay, students, may she die in a road accident, कि उसकी जो मृत्यु है रोड एक्सीडेंट में हो जाए. Singular subject, plural verb. May they die in a road accident, उनकी मृत्यु जो है रोड एक्सीडेंट में हो जाए. Plural subject के साथ तो plural verb आती है. It's not a matter of concern here or not a matter of discussion, because plural subject always proceed with plural verb. The rule speaks about singular subjects of optative sentence. That's the main thing, because at the very beginning, okay, at the very beginning or at the start of the chapter, I told you that generally singular subject proceed with singular verb and plural subject proceed with plural verb. That was the given and general sense of the subject verb agreement. But here we have something different, quite different, of the same sense of verb there. Okay, let's have may you live long, may you be happy, may she die in a road accident. B. Okay, the B's first form is am, are, and the B's second form is was and were. Okay, and B's third form are been. But B's third form is been. If we speak about only B, student, it is counted as plural. If we speak about only B, it is counted as plural. B का मतलब होना, like may you be happy, तुम खुश रहो होना. Okay, so B, if we use B, it will be counted always as plural verb. But if you're writing is MR as the first form of B, then the is and am will be counted as singular verb, but are is a plural verb. If you are using was and were, then was is a singular verb and were is a plural verb. If you are writing been, the same would be counted as the plural. There is no problem. Is it clear? It's a matter of knowledge of the B verb. These are the example of your rule number 4 subject verb agreement, students. The next we'll have in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.